Kiyoshi Kaido VT, it's some place to be. Coming to ya, ooh, we got the games for you. We got farming, Fallout, shops, and Minecraft too. We got momentum we will never lose. We're always coming through. Live on Twitch, we're here for you. Kiyoshi Kaido VT, we're the stream to see. Oh, on Twitch TV, it's the place to be. Come play some games with our community. Kiyoshi Kaido VT, it's the place to be.
Breaking news! Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaido VT joined forces and created a brand new merch store full of the best designs and swag for you and your friends. Come browse the latest and greatest merch that Streamlabs has to offer, from t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats, and more, featuring designs from both Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaido VT. All priced to sell, with most items priced so low, you can't beat it! Come check out the brand new Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaido VT merch store today. All your favorite moments now live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. This is Kiyoshi Kaido VT. God damn it, Kira. You're gonna get it in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It is January 18th, 2026, 1:15 p.m. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Kiyoshi Kaido VT, and we are here having a whoops, off to a great start this morning as I punch my microphone. Kira93 sneaking in there during the pre-roll ads with a 5 gifted subs. What are you thinking? What is the matter with you? You All right. What? Okay. All right. Whatever. I get it. There's nothing. Yes, there's nothing I can do about it, and it's the bare minimum for all your enjoyment over these many months. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for being who you are and being such a wonderful person to not only watch, because Kira93 is also a content creator here on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick. And we just happen to be live on all 3 of those platforms right now. So yay, it's it's great. Hey, it worked. Hey, look at that, it worked. The shout out worked. Look. The faces, though. That is such a wonderful feature I have. When I do a shout out of a fellow content creator, it pulls a random clip from their channel and displays it. So check out Kira93, a wonderful content creator and a wonderful human being and a wonderful friend. So thank you for all of thank you for all of my enjoyment of your content, because it's it goes both ways, right? So yeah. Anyway, before I start getting all emotional, we are going to be playing games today. Now, if you happen to notice something different about the stream, yes, there is something different, and there's a big announcement coming soon that I will tease here in just a moment. But if you think that my voice sounds a little different, it is quite possible that you are on drugs, but it is also quite possible that I have received and have implemented a brand new audio interface for the stream. If you all missed the test stream I had the other night, well, we have a brand new Rodecaster Pro 2 mixing console here on the desk. It is a wonderful thing. It was a pain in the nuts to get hooked up correctly, and it's still not 100% hooked up correct because I'm missing some parts and pieces and speakers. But yeah, we replaced the Go XLR, the full-size Go XLR, with a Rodecaster Pro 2. Now, the primary reason I needed this or did this was because I needed more physical faders. My stream is absurdly complex, technically. And so what I needed was a way to be able to mix by hand a microphone, 2 PCs, music, and at Discord chat at a minimum. On top of that, it would also have been nice to have additional faders for things like, outboard programs that I want to route into those, and also be able to control the volume level of all of my pads, my sound effects pads, which we have here as well. We have, all of the classics.
Yes. Yo ho.
But we also have some new stuff like music. And you'll recognize that, I'm sure, if you're born around the same time that I was born. Anyway, so we have a lot more sound effects pads, and it's fantastic. But I can also mix by hand 6 different audio inputs plus an additional 3 with a knob. So, yeah, this is fantastic. Plus, it has some great built-in sound processing, so it makes my microphone sound silky smooth. Without all of that processing, I kind of sound like this, and it's really flat and terrible. But if I turn on the processing, then it sounds wonderful, and I can actually be my radio self. And yeah, see, Kira gets it. Kira gets the 1980s Doctor Who theme. 4th and 5th Doctors, by the way. Awesome. Probably my favorite and arguably the best Doctor Who theme ever was that version of it from 1980. And I happen to be a classic Who fan, so. Blue box. Yes, the blue box. It's bigger on the inside, as it turns out. So yeah, that's the one of the big announcements. The next big announcement is something that I'm not going to say too much about it right now because it's in the early stages of what's happening. There are a few people here in chat that I can see in my list that know about what's happening, and they've been sworn to secrecy, Scout's honor, okay? But I'm not going to release too much information other than a full screen, and I feel like this full screen is worth having some music behind it. So I'm just trying to find some sort of something, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to find something here just off the cuff. So instead of doing that, we're just going to show it. Okay? This is the big thing that's coming. Project Sunrise, May 31st, 2026. I can't say too much about it, but it's codenamed Project Sunrise. Again, there are some people in chat who know what this is and know what is happening, but stay tuned toward the end of May for a really, really big surprise. Possibly my biggest surprise yet on the channel. We're still a few months away, but I promise that it will be big news. The same as the ongoing on in Japan. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. If you're asking about my trip, no, that's public knowledge. That's not quite that's happening in June. But that's also big news, and we'll be doing live streams from Tokyo and other parts of Japan. But this is totally different. It's going to be big news. Yeah, Kira knows what's up, and Lolo knows what's up, and there are a couple of other people who I've been collaborating with in the background and asking advice and things like that. But yes. Project Sunrise coming soon to a Twitch channel near you. Anyway, enough about that. We're here to play some games. My purpose is to play games. My purpose is also to, now you're going to wait and wonder. Yes, you are. You are going to wait. You are going to sit there and enjoy it. Because that's just the way it is. Yeah. So how about we play some games? We've got Farming Simulator on tap. There it is on the screen. Let's just get into it, I guess. And oh my goodness, why is that? Oh, see, this is one of those things that I need to get set up properly with my Rodecaster. It's got a noise gate, and we're just going to turn that off. There we go. There's so many settings on this thing that I haven't had the time to really go through every single setting and tweak everything just how I want it. Where's my, there it is. I didn't have time to move. Okay. First time chatter, Draby or Draby. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But welcome. Enjoy your sub, courtesy of Kira93, the wonderful human being. She and I are very alike in that when people are generous to the channel, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't know how to react to it. I enjoy it, but it's one of those things that like it doesn't happen enough for me to get used to it yet. Hopefully, maybe that will change. Who knows? So we're in Farming Sim 25. Last time we were here, we were doing some field work, and we're going to be doing some field work today. But I have to remember where we left off. I think I have crops planted on 15, which would look like wheat to me. No, wait a second. It says it's ready to harvest. That can't be right. But it is. Look at all that wheat. That's very strange because it wasn't like that last time I played. 14 is harvested, 12 has nothing on it. Yeah, this map has been reset, but it's interesting because my new vehicles are all here. I have a pickup truck with a trailer. That looks remarkably like my pickup truck, my personal pickup truck. We have a side-by-side, which looks remarkably like my Polaris General. We have a skid loader, which looks remarkably like the skid loader I don't own. Okay. Well, you know what? I guess, hey, we're gonna be here. We're going to harvest some stuff. So who's ready for some farming? I am. I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yes.
Thank you, Corona. All right. Here's the situation. I need to get this out of the way just before we get started. Today is supposed to be cruddy weather where I live, which means that I have to go to work at some point. I am waiting for a phone call from my foreman to go into work and plow more snow. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. If I get this phone call, I'm going to have to leave suddenly. But later on tonight, you aren't because you don't have your hat. Oh, my farming. Ooh, I could do that. Hold on a second. Later on tonight, once I get settled at work and get into my truck and we start rolling, I'm going to attempt to do a live stream from the truck tonight. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work yet, but I'm going to attempt to do a live stream from work, from my plow truck. So stay tuned for possibly a later stream tonight from the road. It'll be exciting, trust me. I'm just now realizing that people have been chatting in Kick and YouTube chat, and I have been missing it because I'm not used to looking at 3 chats at the same time. I apologize. Only one set of chats show up on my screen here. So looking at Kick chat, well, first of all, looking at YouTube chat's not working. For whatever reason, I don't know why this is, but for whatever reason, my YouTube dashboard shows that I'm not streaming. So I can't see YouTube chat. I can see it in my Kick chat. It's being converted over from Restream, but I cannot see anything else. And if my moderator in Kick is available, can you please get rid of that? Can you please get rid of that spam message? Because I can't. Oh, maybe I can do it here. Hold on a second. No, I don't know how to run. I don't know how to run this. I don't know how to do this. So if someone can get rid of that message, that would be great. But yeah, I can't see. YouTube doesn't say I'm live. I can't see YouTube chat. None of that stuff. However, in my other thing, it seems to be showing up. So yeah, anyway, if I miss your message, I apologize. I'm still trying to figure this like multi-stream thing out. So Twitch is where my main focus is right now, unfortunately. I will get better. And yes, if I do get called away to work, which I will at some point tonight, probably later, hopefully after I'm off stream, we will be going back to we'll be trying to stream again from the road. Now, let me get my hat on because Lolo has demanded it. If I can find it. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right. How's that look? Is that better? Is that better? Now I have my farming hat on. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Let's do some farming, shall we? So we're gonna fire up our combine. And we're gonna go harvest this wheat. Now, I've already harvested this. I don't know how it ended up coming back. It seems like all my fields got reset, but my vehicles did not. So I guess we'll just go with it. We're going to do steering assist. Oh, my steering is messed up again. It's going to be one of those days where every time I switch vehicles or go into a menu or something, my... Oh, see, now that's really strange. There we go. Every time I switch vehicles or go into a menu, it's going to kill my force feedback on my wheel, which is going to drive me crazy. But we'll figure it out. Just cruising along, harvesting some wheat. All right. All right. I'm just now catching up on some of the chat in YouTube and Kick, so I think Kira has had to go lurk, and I appreciate the 5 gift subs. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lurk. Lolo is here somewhere, probably. And it seems like everyone else is hopefully here. I don't know what's going on here. This is very odd. There we go. It's like things weren't quite lining up right. Monkey Arms is still here. Hello, Monkey. Thank you for being here. Also, Kira, you're lurking for dinner? It's 6:30. Yeah, okay, I guess it's dinner time. That makes sense. That makes sense. I was about ready to say, hey, why are you eating dinner so early? But I guess that makes sense. Very early for you. Yes. I suppose you're correct. And welcome back. If you're back. But I suppose most people around here, at least that I know of, eat dinner around 6 to 6:30. I guess that makes sense. Wanted to get to the gym pre-stream, but don't think you'll make it. You're streaming tonight? Ah, excellent. Excellent. I like that. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to miss most of it because I'll be stuck at work again tonight. I was at work all night last night. Well, not all night, but all day yesterday. So I get called into work. I got to work at 6, so I must have been called around 5:15, 5:30. Got to work at 6 a.m., which coincidentally enough is the usual time that I get to work in the morning. But this was, of course, a Saturday, so I shouldn't be at work. Got to work and then didn't get home until, 8 or 9 last night, Lolo. So I was at work all day, worked for 15, 16 hours. And then, of course, we're getting more snow tonight. We're getting like 3 to 6 inches of snow tonight and through till tomorrow, like around lunchtime. So my suspicion is sometime this afternoon or evening, I will get called into work and I will remain there until about probably 2 or 3 tomorrow afternoon, which means another overnight, which is great. I actually like working plow shifts during the night because there's less traffic and there's less traffic, less cars on the road. And so it makes it easier for us to do our jobs because there's less idiot drivers in the way. If I do get a chance to stream from the truck tonight, which I'm going to try very hard to do, I'll demonstrate that. You'll see all the stuff that I see from the cab of my truck and all the work that we do. Hopefully it'll be fun. I don't think there's going to be much commentary. I may or may not have a microphone on, but at least you all will be able to see me actually out there doing it. The reason I haven't done it yet is because somewhere, I don't know where, I put my suction cup mount for my GoPro, and it's gone. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I had 2 of them, and I can't find either one. I did have it in my plow truck at one point recently, and for some reason now I don't know where it went. So until I find it again, I'm just going to use a permanent sticky mount on the back window of my cab so that you'll be able to see everything. And hopefully if my DJI Osmo 3 Pocket is working correctly, then I should be able to stream right here to Twitch from the cab of my truck. And it's going to kind of be a test. It's going to be a test as well because I want to make sure that that's going to work for me in Japan when it comes time to do that. So I need to start doing some more IRL streams here just to make sure that the camera can handle it and it's not going to like overheat and do weird stuff. My GoPro just is a lost cause. There's no making that thing work. GoPros are action cameras, so they're really meant... GoPros are meant to be like outdoors and in extreme... Why won't it pick up that little bit of... There we go. They're meant to be in like extreme conditions, like downhill skiing or mountain biking, stuff like that, where it's got ventilation and wind blowing over it so that it cools the camera down. But how I typically use a GoPro is I stick it like in the cab of a truck or on a handheld, whatever, on a gimbal, and we're just walking around or whatever. And so the camera heats up. The camera heats up, gets very, very hot, uncomfortably hot, and strangely, concerningly hot. And eventually it will overheat and it will shut off. And that's a common problem with GoPros and other action cameras. That's just the way they work. They get hot. If you're wearing it while you're downhill skiing and it's, 0 degrees outside or -10 or whatever, then whatever, fine. It'll work fine. And it probably won't get that hot where it will overheat. But in the cab of a truck where it's already kind of warm, yeah, no good. So I'm hoping my Osmo Pocket will behave better. And the Osmo Pocket also has the ability to live stream direct to Twitch or YouTube or wherever I want to send it. So we're going to try to make that happen tonight. It may be flaky, it may not work very well, and it's going to be dependent on my cell signal. Thankfully, I have a pretty good cell service in my plow zone. So the area in which I drive generally has pretty good cell service. So it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, stay tuned for that. That hopefully will happen tonight, and hopefully I'll have a lot of fun doing it. And you guys will get to kind of see a little bit behind the scenes on how we clear the highway and make it safe for people to drive. But yeah, the hours are rough. This was supposed to be a long weekend for me. So Monday is a holiday for a federal holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So, yeah, Monday was supposed to be a day off, and hang on a second. Monday was supposed to be a day off. I have Fridays off anyway every week. So I was going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. Nice 4-day weekend. And I guess I had Friday off. Friday was actually, whoops, we're full. Friday was actually like a day off. But then early Saturday morning, like around 5:15, I got a phone call to go to work. Stayed there until Saturday evening, Saturday night. Got to come home. Slept all night last night, which was good. And then, obviously, today won't be a full day off. I'll be called into work at some point this afternoon or evening. And I'll probably be there until midday tomorrow. So, it is tough. It's difficult for someone that isn't used to working a lot. For the younger crowd, I guess it would be pretty tough for some people. I would understand. I'm kind of used to it now, so it's just like, oh, got to go to work again. Bummer. Sucks for my family because they don't see me very much during the winter, but I try to make the best of it. And, it pays the bills and allows me to live comfortably, which is something I've never been able to say before. I've always been a paycheck to paycheck kind of person, one flat tire away from bankruptcy or something like that. So now it has allowed me to live the kind of life that I want to live, not the kind of life that I have to live. For instance, today I just spent $500 on new streaming equipment, which will come soon, and I will be able to talk about that soon. But we're getting basically a whole new streaming studio. And I can't wait to be able to set that up and take pictures and show everybody, because it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, the money's good. The benefits are good. The time off during the summer is good. And it I think, more than makes up for the work that I have to put in the wintertime. Do I get any time back? So the way that my job works is kind of unusual. It's a little bit different than most jobs out there. And normally, if you work like, say, we work a 40-hour week. That's our standard. We work a 40-hour week. Now, anything over, and I should preface this by saying that my days are 10 hours long, and we work 4 days a week, so 40 hours. Most people work 5 8-hour shifts, but I work 4 10-hour shifts, so we have 3 days off. So what happens is anything over 40 hours in a week, including anything over 10 hours in any one day, is considered overtime, which is paid out at 1.5 times my hourly rate. So anything over 10 hours in a day or anything over 40 hours in a week is paid out at time and a half, or 1.5 times my hourly rate. Now, I can take that overtime and they'll pay me out at 40 hours at my regular hourly rate plus all the overtime hours at 1.5 times my hourly rate. Or I can take all of that overtime and put it into what's called comp time. It's called comp time. Basically what that is paid time off, and I can use that time off anytime I want. So we are allowed to put into a bank 40 hours of comp time. So that's 40 hours of overtime. And because overtime is paid out at 1.5 times my hourly rate, so is the comp time. So if I put 40 hours of comp time in my time off bank, my company turns it into 60 hours of comp time. So right away, 40 hours of comp time equals 60. That is separate from the vacation time and sick time that I get paid, which is 8 hours a month. So I have a collection of paid time off to include sick time that I can take when I'm not feeling well or need a mental health day or something like that. My vacation time, which I can use freely to go on vacation, things like that. Or if I just want a day off, or if I want to leave early from work. If I want to leave at lunchtime on a Thursday and get an early start on my week, I'll take 4.5 hours of vacation time and say, I'm leaving at noon. See ya. And my boss is like, all right, fill out the paperwork. So that comp time is basically just free time off. And I can use it whenever I want. So that 60 hours of comp time, coupled with some of my vacation time, is what's going to allow me to collect a paycheck while I'm in Japan this summer, because I'm taking 2 weeks off. So that's going to be 80 hours of time off that I need. So I'll have 60 comp, and then I already have 20 hours of vacation in my bank. So there you have it. 80 hours of time, 2 weeks off in Japan in June, which is how we're going. If I didn't have the time off, I wouldn't be able to afford to go. But aside from that, it's also going to allow me to, take a long weekend or leave early one day if I want to go out on the side-by-side or go out and up on the trails or just do what I do. Or if I want to go camping, because we're going to be living at the campground this summer, almost full time. We have a seasonal spot at a local campground where we're parking our camper or caravan, as you folks in the UK will call it. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer. I'll be able to get out and do fishing and do all the things that I enjoy doing and relaxing and, just enjoying life and enjoying nature. We'll be out on the side-by-side, we're running through the trails, and we'll take some trips and things up to almost Canada. And it'll be a fun time. But yeah, my time off from work allows me to do that, which is one of the reasons why I work so hard in the winter, so that I can play hard in the summer. And I'm very lucky that I'm able to do that. I don't want to minimize that at all. Like, I am incredibly lucky that I'm able to do the things that I do. Where's my other tractor? Right here. Because I without this job, I would not be able to do any of these things. Host, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping in. Hope you are doing well. I think I saw you streaming earlier, but I can't remember. You were streaming recently. Whoops, crash into a tree. So yes, welcome. Hello. Glad you get to get some of the effort you put back in. Solid employer. Yeah, it's it's hard to explain. We are a government agency, but we're not a government agency. If that makes any sense. We are what's considered a quasi-government or quasi-governmental agency. Whereas we are not part of state government, but we have some of the perks and privileges of being such. So it's very hard to explain. We're not technically state employees, but we are kind of in a way. So yeah, it's fun. It pays us well. The benefits are amazing. I don't pay for health insurance. The company pays for my health insurance. We get an annual boot and clothing allowance so that we can purchase the clothes that we want to wear and the boots that we want to wear. You know, the boots that are comfortable as long as they meet safety requirements. So I've got like 3 or 4 pairs of boots that I have purchased just from the money that the company gives me. Clothing, because we frequently get dirty and, you know, damaged clothes at work, whether we get covered in grease or, you know, we get tears or rips in our clothes from just the stuff we have to do at work. It allows us to, you know, not destroy all our weekend clothes. And we get $500 a year in wellness benefits. So if I want to go buy an Apple Watch, I can do that with that $500. If I want to go buy a kayak, I can go buy a kayak. It'll pay for my fishing license every summer. Just, you know, things, wellness things. What are some of the other things, like gym membership? It'll pay for a gym membership. Just things like that. It is incredible. It really is incredible. And I'm really surprised that there aren't more people breaking the door down to work here, because it genuinely is a pretty damn good job. We work hard, but it's not physically demanding. It's not like we're not out there digging holes with our hands. We're not out like doing hard labor. This is more mentally draining than anything else. Just having the stamina to do the work, to do long hours. That's really the hardest part of it. There are some things that we do that are physically demanding. And we work in all weather. But overall, this is not a hard job. It is an easy job. They treat us pretty well. We get along with each other. We all get along. It's a good workplace environment for the most part. There's always parts of it that aren't as nice and aren't as glamorous, but you know, I spent 20 years working in broadcast television. This is a much healthier workplace than anything else. Lolo is coming in to the studio. It should be the norm. It really, I don't understand why more employers aren't like this. And I suspect the reason is they don't make any money off of it. We are self-supporting in the sense that we collect tolls for the highway, and that pays for us completely. Please welcome to the stream Lolo. Lolo, I have a question for you. Can you explain to our viewers why I received a speed alert from Subaru on my app?
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I got a police.
Uh-huh.
No big deal.
Yep.
I was assisting.
So my speed telltale is set at 85 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour, which means you exceeded 85 miles an hour. Can you tell everyone what the speed limit is on the highway?
6.
It is 70 miles an hour. 70 miles an hour. So you were exceeding the speed limit by 15 miles, at least 15 miles per hour.
I was assisting the police.
You were, okay.
Armed robbery day.
And this is Exhibit A as to why I don't let Lolo drive my car. What is this, Mountain Dew? So they only had the 2 flavors. That's ridiculous. It's crazy. All right, well, I guess it's okay, yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye, friend.
And she's out of here. Bye-bye. She's been kicked out. Yeah, go get the f out of here. And take your cat with you. All right. Uh-huh. All right. A mystery, yeah. I have a little tattletale on my car that sends me a ping every time it goes over 85 miles an hour. And sure enough, I got it. We got a little ping from it today while she was out driving in my car. Yes, kittens. Kittens have been misbehaving today. One kitten chewed one of Lolo's headphone cords, a brand new set of headphones, I might add, and completely destroyed the cord. The other kitten, who is normally very subdued and friendly, slashed my face today when I picked her up because she was climbing on the kitchen counter, which is not allowed. So, yeah. The cats and I are feuding right now. This town ain't big enough for the 3 of us. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, to answer your question, it's a very long answer to your question, Kara, but yes, I do get that time back. And one thing I didn't mention is we're only allowed to collect 40 hours of comp time, which then becomes 60. We're not allowed to collect any more than that. So I'm pretty sure I'm close to my cap at this point, which means everything after that just gets paid out to me in my normal paycheck, my weekly paycheck at time and a half. So something to the tune of like $42 an hour. You think they'd be more wary of a fox, honestly. I'm pretty sure that's why she slashed at my face. She got me pretty good, too. She made me bleed. So we are currently picking up all the straw that we left behind from the harvest of the wheat, and we're going to sell this. Normally we could bale it and then use the bales or sell the bales, but since I don't have a baler, we're just going to collect it bulk and sell it bulk. One of these days, I'm going to try to take a trip to the UK. It's always been on my list of places to go. In fact, it was actually higher on my list of places to go than Japan was initially, until I really started falling in love with Japan. But I do want to travel more internationally. Obviously, there's some things going on in the world right now that we have to be mindful of, and international travel is one of those things that may prove to get pretty difficult in the coming future, especially for us folks in the United States. I'm hoping that it doesn't, but you know, the dark side of my brain always thinks, you know, well, hey, you know, it's quite possible that we may not be allowed to leave the country before too long. But at some point, I want to come visit the UK and do all the fun things in the UK. That being said, I'm going to need a tour guide. Okay. And I don't know if there's anyone out there who, you know, just happens to live in the UK that might know a bit or two, might know a thing or two about the UK. But one of these days, Lolo and I will travel. Although it's going to, I suppose it would be less expensive for us to go to the UK than it would be to go to Japan, but it's going to be certainly a shorter flight, I can tell you that much. Oh, we're full on straw, so let's go dump this off. See how much money we can make on it. Probably not too much. I'm going to dump it off in the barn here. You know nothing? Now I know that you're just messing with me. Dumping away. Making money. Making tons of money. And by tons of money, I mean precisely and exactly $2,700. So Kira, I have never been to the UK, obviously, but I can guarantee you that it is less expensive to eat and stay in Japan than it is in the UK. And the reason I know that is because actually the pound is stronger than the US dollar at the moment, which means that our money has less value. Whereas with the Japanese yen, it's weaker than the US dollar, which is hard to believe. So everything there is less expensive. I remember like pricing out a vacation to London at one point, and it was something just crazy, some crazy amount, because the dollar didn't match the pound. It was weaker than the pound. I'd have to do, now that it's, you know, a decade later or whatever, I'd have to do more comparisons and stuff, but it's always been on my places to go list, you know, like Australia has been one of the places I would love to go. Japan. I wouldn't mind maybe traveling to South Korea at some point. I think I'd be a little bit more reluctant just because I don't speak Korean and I don't really feel like learning a third language. But I have heard that, you know, restaurants in the UK are pretty cool. Pubs, of course. I'm not a big beer drinker, but I can drink other stuff. You know, just things, just being there, just experiencing it. In my old age, I go now mostly for like just the natural beauty and the food, obviously. Love the food. That's like why I go to Disney World now. I don't go to Disney World to ride the rides. I go to eat great food. Because the food's amazing there. I want to have a proper kebab. just, you know, the way it should be. Old age. Oh man. Ugh. I turn 41 next month. I might be the world's oldest VTuber. With a man selling it to you calls you boss man. Now that just sounds like anywhere in the South United States. Here you go, boss man. That's actually what I call my boss too. I say boss man or boss. What's up, boss? I said to my boss as I was leaving this morning, or last night, leaving work last night, I said, don't call me, we'll call you. Just because I don't want him to call me and wake me up. It happens. Every time I close my eyes and go to bed, the phone rings. And he's got a specific ringtone, so I know it's him. So, it's just funny. Okay. I have a feeling all of these... I have a feeling all of these fields need work. Let's see here. Settings. It says it doesn't say they need to be plowed again, so that's good. So maybe I can just cultivate and then go from there. So let's jump in our other tractor. Oh, what do you know? I've lost my steering yet again. That's better. I don't understand what it is about farming sim games that do that. They don't like it. All right. Steering assist. There we go. This tractor is grossly underpowered for what I'm trying to use it for. So we are turning this harvested ground into fertile, tilled ground for planting. You can see. Looks pretty cool. And we'll do the reverse 270 here to get lined up for the other direction. So Kira's off to the gym, at least she claims she is, and then she's going to stream later. And I'm assuming by later she means probably around 11 o'clock p.m. my time, which is like 4 a.m. her time. Poor thing. I genuinely wish you had a better sleep schedule. We talked about this offline a little while ago, but yeah, I don't know how. I could never do that. I would just pass out on my feet. A strong individual, no doubt. A very strong individual. As I sit here drinking my slush. 8 p.m. your time, so that's 3 p.m. That's about 45 minutes from now. Because you are plus, well, actually I'm -5, so you're +5 for me. Might go to the gym post-stream. Yeah. I have a gym membership, but I haven't gone to the gym in over a year. I started going to the gym when I became single again. Just to kind of fix myself. And didn't even have time to fix myself because then Lolo came around. And so I was like, I don't need to fix myself. She likes me for who I am, right? You would think, doing the job that I do, that I would get fairly healthy, but actually it's quite the opposite. Instead, I eat a lot, I sleep a lot, and then I eat a lot some more. But I will say that after my last relationship ended, I was not in a good place. For a multitude of reasons. But I seem to be doing much better now. And hey, at least I'm sleeping. Occasionally. And very irregularly. Yeah, my fuel consists of fatty foods and sugar. And the occasional sushi dinner. Or ramen. Which is healthier than most of the things that I eat, but not entirely healthy. The sushi's pretty good, except for the rice. The carbs tend to put the pounds on, but the fish is healthy at least, and I love fish. Yeah, I have a much better life going right now, courtesy of Lolo. There are many things that I currently do that I would not be able to do if she had not come around. So as long as this relationship can work for longer than my last one did, then I think I'll be doing all right. I seem to average about 5 years out of a relationship, and then it seems to all go to hell. So the way I look at it is I have 24 years until I retire. We'll just call it around 25. So if I can make... I'm guessing 5 more relationships before I retire. I should put a sign-up sheet in my Discord for like a waiting list. Just a waiting list. I'm stuck with you. Hey, don't threaten me like that. Block me from my own Discord. Come on, Tractor. You can do it. Holy smokes, this thing is really trying hard. Chief Mod, yes. Chief Mod in charge of chief things. You're my deputy chief of staff. I guess actually, technically, you're my chief of staff. Not that I have a staff. Or maybe it's literally like a staff, like a stick. Like my giraffe walking stick in the living room. You're the chief of staff. Like a wizard. Chief of stick. One of the things that I would love to do when if and when I go to the UK is I would love to go visit the Top Gear test track. I think that would be so cool to be able to see that. the Top Gear test track, the BBC Broadcast Center, just because I'm a TV nerd. And really, those are the only two things that I know of in the UK. In the entirety of the United Kingdom, those are the only two things I know. The original one, I'm assuming you're referring to the Top Gear test track. It's not far from you at all. I think your brother works there sometimes? Wow. Because it's actually like an airport, right? Not an airport, but like an airfield, right? That's really cool. I did not know that about you. That's really neat. Oh, the other thing would be to go to Jeremy Clarkson's farm and like buy something, like carrots or something. I don't know what he's. Broadcasting house in London or Manchester? See, I don't know. I would assume it's the one in London. But again, I know it's weird that I know more about Japan than I know about the UK. I suppose it's not terribly weird, but for me, it seems strange that I would know more about like a Far East Asian country than something that's, you know, relatively close to home. Dunsfold Airfield, yeah. Works for the fire service. And see, more things I don't know about you. Your brother is a firefighter. That's incredible, because I used to be a firefighter a long time ago. That's really neat. Not actually a firefighter. He works in education for them. Trying to stop kids setting fires. Okay, so we have something similar here in the United States, or at least in where I live. Our county's emergency management agency, which I work for on the side as a second job, they have what's called a junior fire setters educational program, or junior fire setters prevention sort of thing. So they are fire officers that go out into the community and kind of meet with, we'll say, problem children that have been known to set fires or may show tendencies of doing that, and try to educate them on how to, you know, not do that. So that is really neat. I was never involved in that side of things. I was always like the emergency response kind of guy, but yeah, very, very interesting. Fire safety too. Yeah, I grew up I come from a lineage of firefighters and police officers. My grandfather was both a firefighter and a police officer for our community where I grew up, my hometown. And so like it was just natural for me to like go into the family business, you know. And that's how I ended up just doing it. I eventually got out of the fire service, but I stayed in. Thank you for the head pats. I stayed in public safety in various number of ways. So part of what I do now for the county is I'm a member of their UAS team, their drone team. So we fly drones and do a bunch of other things. We utilize drones for a lot of different reasons, primarily law enforcement stuff, And I'll talk more about that in a second. But we do a lot of search and rescue stuff. We do a lot of fire service stuff, like wildfires and things like that. We're able to use drones with thermal cameras to be able to pick out hotspots and, you know, places of interest. And we use them a lot in disaster response too, for like, because we're on the coast, we have a lot of coastal storms that really hurt our coastline, and houses on the coastline sometimes get damaged or destroyed. So we're able to use drones to put to get eyes in places where we wouldn't be able to put people safely. Excuse the beep there. I hit the wrong button. But then for the law enforcement stuff, we do a lot of work with our county's SWAT team. The lesser glamorous stuff, unfortunately, it's law enforcement, and a lot of people, you know, don't particularly like law enforcement, but I can say genuinely from my perspective, it's not like you see on TV, and it's not even like you read about in the news. It's we are overly cautious to do things the right way, but we're able to use drones in a way that prevents us from getting hurt. So if you have, say, a person that's barricaded in a house that won't come out and they're threatening to hurt themselves or hurt others, we're able to put a drone, you know, in that vicinity or even inside the home sometimes, instead of putting a human being or even a dog. So it prevents loss of life or injury. And, you know, if they shoot or otherwise damage $1,000 drone, it's $1,000. It's not a life. So we train a lot. The team we work with is very good at what they do. And we have always, to this point, since I've been working with them, we've always had a positive outcome from these situations. We get them quite a bit, unfortunately, usually to the tune of 1 or 2 a month. And while I can't really go into too much detail about how we do things, I can say that they've always ended in a positive way, without harm to them or us. And I think that's the best outcome you could possibly want. It's, again, not like you see on the news, not like you see in the movies or on TV. We don't blow things up. You know, we're not reckless. It's truly in the spirit of public safety and saving lives. So it's just one of those things that we do. I'm a member of a lot of other teams with our county's emergency management. Like, I work in their emergency operations center. I work in their mobile command truck. In fact, I drive the command truck most of the time. I'm a member of their emergency communications team, which is made up of 911 dispatchers who respond to incidents, which allow us to kind of take all of that radio traffic off the shoulders of a city dispatcher and put it on the scene, so we're able to focus everything on the scene. I'm a member of our community emergency response team, which is made up of civilians who are trained to respond to emergencies and help others with first aid and sheltering and disaster preparedness and other types of response like traffic control and things like that. I do a lot. I do so much. So much so that Lolo gets upset with me sometimes. Although I will say Lolo is actually training to become a community emergency response team member. So that's pretty exciting. She'll have stories to tell, I'm sure. She's currently undergoing training for that as well. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going on. I do so much. But it all stemmed from when I was a kid. I grew up around the firehouse, and I grew up around people who were always on the fire department and things, and I said, yeah, I want to do that. I want to drive the big red truck. I want to play with the siren and, blow the air horn and stuff. Turned into a short career as a firefighter, and then an even longer career as a member of the community that wants to help others. We hate rest. Yeah, as much as I say, oh, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, ugh. There's something to be said about at the end of a day, at the end of a long day, doing whatever I did that day, whether it's, you know, helping with emergency management stuff or plowing the roads. At the end of the day, I can look back and say, you know, I did no harm today. I didn't violate anybody's rights. I didn't break the Constitution of the United States. You see where I'm going with this, right? You know, at the end of the day, I can sleep soundly knowing that what I did was for good. And yeah. Yeah, your job has certainly changed quite a bit since you made the move from far away to closer, which I guess is good. Spending less time at work now, more time at home, which is always a benefit. I will say this, a lot of people, like Kira asks, you know, like, how do you do all this stuff? How do you manage to do all this? And I always say to people, I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. I've gotten to the point in my life now where, like I said, I'm turning 41 next month. I've worked so many jobs and done so many things that seemed fun at first and then just quickly became a giant pain in the dick. Well, I'm at the point in my life now where I'm tired of doing things out of necessity. You know, like working a job I don't enjoy. Television was a great job, but eventually it got to a point where it just was not enjoyable anymore. And when that happened, I quit. I quit. I said, literally, fuck this. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And I didn't. I left and I found something else to do. And that's how I eventually ended up where I'm at now. But a long time ago, I didn't have that luxury. I worked jobs that I was completely miserable at only because I needed the paycheck. Now I'm able to actually be selective about what I do. One, because I have a lot of skills. I'm like Liam Neeson in Taken, okay? I have a lot of skills, a lot of specialized skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. That's what I tell people in my interviews. But it makes me more valuable, is really what it comes down to. Like, now that I have these skills, I'm able to know my worth. So I can say, no, you're not going to pay me $15 an hour. You're going to pay me $25 an hour because these are my skills and I've earned it. And I'm able to get jobs that I like doing instead of jobs that I have to do because I have to just survive. So it is a benefit. But I'll never, ever do a job that I don't enjoy anymore in life. I think I've found my last job that I ever need in that my full-time job, you know, will hopefully, if nothing catastrophic changes in the next 24, 25 years, I'll be able to stay there until I retire and retire with a state pension. And the county job, you know, it's the county job I'm going to keep doing until it just becomes no fun. And really, the money that job pays me is very little comparative to my full-time job because it's more of a per diem thing. That's really just play money. All the money that I earn from doing that job just goes into my savings account, goes to pay for my, like, Japan or just play things, you know, streaming stuff, camper stuff, ATV stuff, or side-by-side stuff. You know, it's non-critical money. So it's nice. It's so foreign to me to be in a financially stable situation because I spent like 38 years of my life being in a not financially stable situation. So it's very weird to like be able to say, yeah, like I can buy that and not even have to check my bank account to see if I have enough money. It's very, ooh, excuse me. It's very unusual. I just had a hiccup there. I've already been streaming for an hour and a half and it hasn't even felt like that. Maybe it has for you, but it's certainly not for me. All right. I feel like I should take a break at some point. We have ads starting in 2 minutes, so maybe we'll try to time a break with the ad break. See if things will coincide. It'll also be a good time for me to get up and stretch and walk around. I always watch Kira stretch on her stream. And I always say, like, if I ever attempted to do that, I would need a doctor. I would need to call paramedics. I would be in a heap on the floor, screaming in agony. Help me, I can't feel my legs. Something like that. It would be a tragic and simultaneously hilarious situation. Where suddenly my spinal cord becomes detached from the base of my skull somehow. Simply because I tried to pretzel myself in such a way that left me permanently and unalterably paralyzed. Lolo's almost a doctor, so I'm in good hands. Yes, Doctor Strange. Dr. Kevorkian. Dr. Doolittle. Doctor Who. All right. The ads are starting. Let's take an ad break. It's usually just bending over. See, I can't do that. I can't do that. All right? That is just, it's just terrifying to me to think about. I can't do it. We will be back in just a minute. Don't go away. There's more Kiyoshi Kaito VT right after this.
Kiyoshi Kaido VT, it's a place to be. Coming to ya, ooh, we got the games for you. We got farming, Fallout, shops, and Minecraft too. We got momentum we will never lose. We're always coming through. Live on Twitch, we're here for you. Kiyoshi Kato VT, we're the stream to see. On Twitch TV, it's the place to be. Come play some games with our community. Kiyoshi Kaito VT, it's the place to be.
Breaking news! Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaito VT joined forces and created a brand new merch store full of the best designs and swag for you and your friends. Come browse the latest and greatest merch that Streamlabs has to offer, from t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats, and more, featuring designs from both Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaito VT. All priced to sell, with most items priced so low, you can't beat it! Come check out the brand new Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaito VT merch store today. All your favorite moments now live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. This is Kiyoshi Kaito VT.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for hanging with me through the break. I'm Kiyoshi Kaito VT, and this is my shit show. We are back in Farming Sim 25, and yeah, we're just we're continuing to set up these fields to get ready to put some crops in the ground. Currently, we are cultivating or tilling this this field here to get ready for planting, using a grossly underpowered tractor to pull this this harrow or this cultivator along the ground. Thank you very much, Monkey, for the welcome. Thank you, Lolo, on Kick and YouTube for the welcome back. I did manage to get my YouTube dashboard working again, so now I can see YouTube chat and Kick chat on the same screen. And obviously, thank you to all the folks in Twitch hanging out with us as well. Our primary home here on Team Purple, but also now on Team Red and Team Green. For those of you who maybe missed it in chat, Kira had to step away. She's going to go become a human. I don't quite know what she was before, but seemed pretty human-like to me. But she's lurking in the shadows. So thank you, Kira, if you can hear us. Thank you so much. And we will see you again soon. And I'm sure she's going to be starting her stream here shortly. So for those of you who want some actual content, some actual fun stuff, be sure to tune into her. She'll be going live here in just a while. And we'll probably end up raiding into her later. I think normally we send it over to Riani, but today's Sunday. Sunday is Riani's day off. And she's having a kind of like a anime watch party in her Discord. So if you're not a member of her Discord, then go search that out, find it, and go join that watch party. But yeah, lots of cool things happening on Purple, Red, and Green today. I still have not gotten called to work, and as I look at the weather radar here, it appears that the snow is holding off for the time being, so I'm safe for probably a couple more hours. And that makes me happy, because I'll be able to hang with you all for a little bit longer as we continue to get these fields squared away. Nice indeed. Nice indeed. So, earlier I had mentioned that I spent some money today in purchasing some new equipment for my studio. I purchased a new desk, which is probably the thing that I need the most. My current desk is nice, but it's just a bit too small, real estate wise, for all the things that I kind of need to do with it. So I purchased a new desk, which is much larger and I think suited more for streaming and gaming. It's less of an office desk and more of a gaming desk. So it's just one big flat surface with no added things like keyboard slide out drawers and trays and things like that. It's just a big flat rectangular surface that I can fill with all of my equipment. Right now I have an L-shaped desk that is pretty big lengthwise, but not very deep. So there's not a lot of table space, you know, and I have the steering wheel on my desk plus the keyboard behind that and two pairs of speakers, two stream decks. Really, I have two keyboards, two mice. I have my Rodecaster mixer, my 5x1 HDMI switch, my Apple TV, my mic arm is clamped to the desk, my iPhone holder for my VTube, for my capture cam, my mocap cam. Plus, I've got my iPad mounted to the side of the desk as extra buttons for like, you know, it can be an extra stream deck, or it can be, in this case, it runs Sim Dashboard for Farming Sim. So I have a lot of things here. Plus, you know, obviously I have like a space that I can put a drink and my phone charger, things like that. Plus, I've also got just a lot of junk on here as well. I really need to tidy up a bit. So the new desk is going to be helpful in that I can fit everything properly and get it nice and neat. I also ordered 2 new studio lights. These are going to be LED light panels. Currently, I have 4, but only 3 of them are currently working. 4 light boxes, like soft boxes. They make a lot of light, but they also make a lot of heat. Because they use these like gigantic light bulbs in them. My new panels are going to be LED. They're going to be color temperature changing. And so yeah, they should be pretty good in that they'll make enough light for me to so that my capture cam can sense my face and things like that. And if and when I decide to start streaming on Stormforce Games again, it will hopefully provide enough light for me to actually properly light my face for a camera. So that'll be nice. Also ordered new studio monitor speakers, some high quality studio monitor speakers for when I'm like editing and things like that. My Rodecaster has a neat feature where it will output to a set of speakers like studio monitors. And then it will automatically mute those speakers whenever I engage a microphone so that there's no feedback and so that you don't hear the other sound through the microphone. So it has like a anti-feedback interlock or an auto mute functionality on my monitor speakers. So that'll be kind of nice. But I'll have some nice quality speakers because I'm starting to do more editing and more pre-production. And eventually I'm probably I may even start doing some work for like friends, streamer friends and stuff if they want graphics or audio things made, things that I'm able to do. Then I may start offering that up. I'm already offering up voice work, so if anybody needs any voice type work done, like announce or commercials made, things like that, I can do that. I almost kind of think I probably should start like a VGen or something so I can do that and actually like make money doing it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for right now. Eventually Lolo is going to have a desk and a computer and she will be streaming eventually. And that'll be pretty fun. She's going to actually inherit my old Go XLR and my old microphone and a few things like that. So I think she's probably a month or two away from making that a reality. We need to clean the studio up a bit. I got a lot of clutter in here and just a lot of like storage. You're calling it Project Sunrise? Yeah, okay. My Project Sunrise is going to be it's going to be shock and awe, okay? It's going to be, people are going to be cheering. People are going to be cheering. There's going to be like national celebrations. It's going to be on the news. You watch. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be exciting. A federal holiday, absolutely. It'll be a federal holiday. We're going to make it happen. Ticker tape parade. There'll be a monument constructed in my honor. Eventually, when Lolo gets her computer, she will be able to jump into Farming Sim with me, and we'll be able to farm together. But I'm also going to be trying to do like a Stardew Valley multiplayer. I'm going to be talking to a couple of other streamers to see if they would be interested in like doing maybe like a regular collab every week, or every other week, or once a month, something like that. We'll have to work out details, but I would like to try to get a regular or semi-regular Stardew collab going on. I personally think Stardew is a lot more fun with more people, and I know I can get Lolo in on it already, but I'd like to get a couple more people in on it. I'm going to talk to a couple more people and see if that's something they would be interested in, because I know a couple of people, I think Riani and Kira both have Stardew Valley. I think Vel has Stardew Valley. I'd have to check with her and see if she has it and would be interested in it, in doing something like semi-regular. It's hard to like coordinate collabs to begin with, but it's also, I think, even more difficult to like coordinate a regular thing, every week or every other week or once a month or however often it ends up being. But I think it'd be fun to do. Stardew Valley is one of those things, like, you can't just set up a server and just leave it running all the time. It's like one person has to be the host. I think it would be neat if Stardew Valley had like a dedicated server function, but I think that would change a lot of the game mechanics. So I don't know that that would be possible, but I think it'd be kind of cool. So like games like Farming Sim, you can have a dedicated server and you can do things, just leave it running all the time, and people can just come and go as they please. But with Stardew, I think it's a bit different because someone's always got to be there to host it. You know, and it's got to be the same, you know, the same host every time because they have the game file. So we'll have to see if that's something that other people want to get in on. I'll have to talk to them privately, but if and when we're able to make that happen, we'll all make an announcement. And maybe we can bring you some fun stuff. I have Stardew Valley. I don't play it on stream right now because I have some mods in it that would make it break TOS basically. I'd get in trouble for it. So I have to just be careful. But if I were to do something like a collaboration with other streamers, obviously I'd have it be mostly vanilla, I think, or we'd agree on some you know, group mods, some everyone would agree on. All right. Oh, this tractor is struggling. I definitely need to get some upgraded tractors. These are nice tractors because they're just the bare minimum, but this is also very slow going. I also feel the need to point something out real quick. I missed this earlier. Oh wow, I completely missed this. So earlier in the pre-show, I noted that Kira93 donated 5 gift subs. I also missed at that same time 2 other things that occurred. One, Kira resubbed, and they've been subbed for 5 months. So thank you. If you're still here and listening, thank you very much for your resub. In addition to the 5 gift subs that you were so generous to give to members of our community, you also started a hype train And you put us at 75% of our sub goal of 20 total subs. So thank you on multiple accounts for everything you've done, and I apologize for missing that earlier. I was just looking back through my my activity feed here because I happened to notice the hype train conductor icon next to your name. So thank you very much for all of that. We're at 17 out of 20 gift subs, or I'm sorry, 17 out of 20 total subs on the channel. The 20 is our sub goal. Realistically, 30 sub points is a goal that I haven't, it's not posted, but it's a goal here in the background. That is a Twitch achievement, and I believe will open up more emote slots for me. Now, I don't have more emotes at the moment, but I do plan on having some more made. I need to reach out to my artist, my emote artist, to possibly have some more made. But I'm holding off for now until I am further along with Project Sunrise. Once Project Sunrise is closer to being completed, then I hope to have more emotes made for the channel. So stay tuned. All right, this field is done, is ready for planting. The other field is ready for planting. We've got one more field that I think needs to be cultivated, or maybe it is cultivated and I'm not sure yet. Let me look. See, this field just doesn't have anything on it at all. So it would appear to me that it's already cultivated based on its texture. So we'll try to plant that field first, just to see. We're going to park this tractor. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to have my AI helper do the planting while I do some other stuff on the field, because I want to try to get rid of some trees. We're going to plant canola because I think that's really the only thing I can plant right now. Barley can be planted. Barley and wheat can be planted at the start of next month. But really, canola, grass, oilseed radish, and poplar are the only things to be planted right now. So we'll just go with canola. And yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. So we're going to go into the helper here. We're going to get them set up and ready to go. And we're going to put them to work. Field not ready for this work or already worked. Okay, so it can't plant this field. And I don't know why. But I'm going to run the cultivator over it and hopefully make that work. So for now, we're going to send it up to this field and just have them get started in this field. And while that's going, we're going to get this guy back up and running and over to that other field. I'm going to have my AI worker do this field now too. Yeah, so it definitely changes the texture on the field. It only lightens it up just a little bit. So something must have happened with this field got reset. But it's cultivating it now. If we go into the map and look at it, yeah, we can see it's painting the line. All right, so that's good. That's good. All right, I need to purchase a chainsaw so we can cut these trees down. And I also need to get a mower so I can mow the grass. Maybe I should do the mowing first. Let's look for a cheap mower. What do I want? Usually I drive this big boy here, but that's quite a bit of money. So what I'm probably going to do is get these two things. One is made to go on the front of a tractor. The other is made to go on the back of a tractor. It used to be that you could connect all three of these together to make a triple mower. That was in like Farming Sims 17 and maybe 19, I think. But now it's much different. All right, we'll probably use this tractor because I think this is our most powerful tractor out of the bunch. I'm also going to have to drop this weight off the front of it. So we'll just put this weight here. And then we'll get this tractor on the trailer. If it fits on the trailer, it might not fit on the trailer. Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit on the trailer. Yep, not a chance. All right, that's fine. We'll just drive it to the store. We can do that. So we will drive to the store. We'll pick those mowers up and then drive back to the farm. Where are my mowers? Oh, they're way over here. Holy smokes. All right. It's weird how they arrange these. So this one you mount to from this side. And this one you mount to from this side. There you go. There's your mowers. Now, hopefully this tractor has enough power to actually mow all of this, or run all these mowers. We shall see. But you can unfold the rear. Like that. And lower it. And mow with it. Seems to have enough power. All right, off to the farm we are. All right, now I need to figure this out because I probably should get rid of these bushes before I mow. The question is, can I get rid of the bushes with a chainsaw, or do I have to like go into the ground editing thing here? So let's buy a chainsaw. Where are the chainsaws? Here we are. What kind of chainsaw do we have? Is it a steel or is it a Husky? I can't remember. I want to say it's a Husky. Now, how do we change hand tools? I don't remember. It used to be the mouse key or mouse wheel. Whoops. All right. Do. Rotate hand tool. Yep. Okay. Switch hand tool. Switch hand tool. Toggle hand tool. Activate hand. Okay, switch hand tool. Nope. Huh. Very strange. I can use my 2 button to do it though. So can I cut this down? No. I can't. How do I get rid of bushes in Farming Sim? I'll have to Google it. A forestry mulcher. Okay. I can do a forestry mulcher. Let me try that. Ooh, expensive. I'm going to lease this though. And we'll need a tractor. So I'm going to use this one again. Whoops, no. All right, let's go back to the store. Oops. All right, back to the store to get the forestry mulcher. Apparently, the forestry mulcher gets rid of bushes. We got a lot of bushes, and we got a lot of trees to take care of. Eventually, I will purchase this field as well, and there's a ton of trees and bushes to get rid of there. So I may want to end up purchasing this forestry mulcher, but we're going to lease it at first, rent it, and then see if we need it for longer. We'll just purchase it. Yeah. Here is our mulcher. What side do I need to connect to? I'm guessing this side. It's not this side. Oh no. Is this? Is this something that only goes on like a... Oh no. Yeah, this is only something that goes on a like an arm, I think. Yeah, it goes on an excavator. All right, so I guess it's good that we did that. We need to get this one. This one attaches to a tractor. It's more expensive, obviously. We'll lease this one. Now the other one we need to get rid of. Now, how do we do that? This one here. There we go. Okay. We got it straightened out. So now, need to back up in a corner, or back up in a circle, rather. Attach. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. All right, hold on a second here. Let's just look real quick. This one needs a tractor, 360 horsepower tractor. The tractor that we're running currently is 145 horsepower. We need a more powerful tractor. This is a very heavy unit. So, tractor time. I'm looking at medium tractors. The T7. All right. What do I need again for... 360. I need 360 horsepower. I don't think a medium tractor is going to do it. I mean, that would be close, but not close enough. We don't have anything that would fit the bill. So we're going to have to go large tractor. Probably a T8. Yeah, that'll do it. This will be the first of my New Holland gear. A T8. All right, let's outfit this thing how we want it, because this is going to be a big tractor here. So we want a big engine. Actually, hold on a second. Maybe if I go down and look at this T7. No, okay. What they were listing was the max horsepower. So 435. Okay. We're going to get Michelin tires on it. Ooh, doubles. Holy smokes. Look at those. Rear twins. Twins all around. That's a lot of tire. Or a Smart Tracks one. That's pretty cool looking. We'll just do the standard. We'll just do the standard. All right. So this is 435 horsepower with a CVT for $350,000. It's definitely a big tractor. All right, so this tractor is going to have to go back to, the farm. I think I can get a helper to drive it back. Think a loader, maybe a loader. I could, well, I have a skid loader, but I can't hook implements up to it. All right, set destination. I want this tractor to go here. Hopefully it starts to drive off. Yeah, they are very expensive. All right, there he goes. He's off on his own. We're going to take this T7, T8. Yeah, T8. And put this bad boy on there. Oh, yeah. Much better. Much better. Off we go. Yeah, they are expensive. I like that tractor. I love New Holland stuff. It looks really nice, doesn't it? I'm not a big fan of the John Deere stuff. I mean, the color's nice. It's, you know, the traditional John Deere green. We have an earthquake. Take a look here while we game in the background. Right northeast of Tokyo, Ibaraki Prefecture. Looks like a very minor earthquake under the ocean, just off the coast, near Mito. Does not appear to be large enough to generate any kind of tsunami or be of concern, but we will continue to monitor that. If anything changes, we will bring you back in real time. Back in the game now. All right, let's try this thing out here. I'm not sure if this is going to like completely destroy my ground or not. Hopefully it doesn't. But we're going to get her started up here. And theoretically, I should be able to back into this bush and have it disappear. Oh yeah, it chews up my ground. Damn. All right. I was hoping it wouldn't do that, but it does chew up the bushes. It also just destroys the ground, so we'll have to go back and fix all that. Now it's also got these claws. I'm not quite sure what the claws do. They don't seem to tear up the ground, but no, they don't really do anything. Oh, it looks like the claws maybe like plow the ground. I don't know. Very strange. All right, so we're gonna have to go into landscaping here. Um, well, now wait a minute. How do we do this? Oh, okay. We do it this way. Hmm. Okay. Well, I guess that's a lot easier. All right, so we'll replant grass here. Okay. That seems to have worked. Oh, we can just get rid of them with the grass tool too. Oh, shit. How do you... Oh. Okay. Land is not owned by me. All right. So we'll go through here and get rid of all these bushes. There's a lot of these things here. Here's a cell tower. That's kind of cool. I've got a got a cell tower on my property. I'm sure they don't pay me money to be there. I'll do my own landscaping, thank you very much. Okay. Still can't get rid of the cell tower or anything like that. Let's continue with the removal of stuff. Okay. There are so many, like, shrubs here. Okay. A lot more here. Okay. I think we've got all of our bushes taken care of. So that is kind of a benefit, which means that I shouldn't need this thing anymore. So let's see if we can get rid of it. Oh, damn, there's a whole bunch of bushes right there. Wouldn't you know? Okay. So now I can start mowing, but I probably want to cut the trees down first. So let's cut some trees down, shall we? Now, hopefully I do this right so I don't knock it down on anything. Timber. All right, here's the top of the tree gone. All right, so now it's just the log. I'm gonna say we'll probably cut it here. And here. Okay, can I lift this? I can lift this. And we can put it on this trailer. I can't lift this one. All right, I'm going to turn on super strength just so I can lift these. Oh, this one's got like a piece left on it here. Let's cut that off. Why can't I cut that for some reason? There we go. All right. Actually, I'm going to cut this now into smaller pieces because it doesn't fit on the trailer. All right. So that tree is cut down. Where's the stump? Stump's right here. Can I get rid of it with a chainsaw? Weird. I thought you could get rid of them with the chainsaw in this game. Interesting. It says I can use a chainsaw, but only on certain ones. Here's a little chunk of lumber.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, you definitely are. No doubt about that. I guess I'm going to need a stump grinder. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. Yes, that was excellent timing. All right. Well, we'll have to mow around it for now. Let's try this tree over here. It's a big tree. Okay. Time to find another home. All right. We cut that tree down. Let's check the stump. It doesn't look like... All right, that's fine. We'll go grab the truck and trailer. Yes, very nice job, Bradley. I appreciate the timing on that. Very well done. All right. Made a clip? All right. I love clip makers, so thank you. All right, let's, oops, this one's still got some branches on it. Quite a bit in the way of logs here. We could probably fit one more tree on here. So let's see, what's a good tree we could fit in here? One of these tall ones, maybe. Okay. I'll make sure none of these have
bits of branches on them and make sure they're all liftable. See, this one has some branches on it. Okay. We'll go grab our truck and bring it around. And then we can haul all this wood to the lumber mill. And we'll have to continue doing this till all the trees are gone. Lots of logs here. Might not all fit on the trailer. Thank you for pulling the Discord link there. If anyone isn't already a member of the Discord community, please consider joining. Admittedly, our Discord server does not get as much love as it probably should or could, but I think with more people in it, it would be a lot more fun. All right, we fit everything in there, so let's strap this lumber down. And head out to the lumberyard, which, if I remember correctly, is somewhere it's over here. Yeah. So these are production chains I could purchase. And now that I'm thinking about getting into forestry a little bit, it might be worth me doing this. Currently, I don't own any productions yet, but if I purchase the sawmill, then I could drop off wood, which would produce planks and other things. I could also then purchase the carpentry, which would take those planks and use them in different things like furniture and whatnot. So we're going to tag this place
we're going to drive the truck over there, and I'm going to consider purchasing that. Yeah, purchasing that production. I think I go this way. Whoa, what is up with that car? That was interesting. That was very unusual. Thought it was going space shuttle status there for a second. Now, you used to be able to get into the forestry area. It was like a shortcut over here, but I guess the actual way to do it is to go in the other way. It's you're driving? Yes, I don't doubt that at all. And I think we turn in here. And I think the sawmill's over here. So I want to get out. I want to look around. Sell wood. I don't want to sell wood. I want to purchase this. So how do we do that? Buy production plant. 300,000. Do I have the money? I do, but just barely. Okay, so now we own it. This means that now I can drop wood off, theoretically, and that will allow me to create products from that. How do we sell? Sell wood. There we go. So now I don't get any money from that, per se. But what I do get is product for my mill. See, it's now in here. 4,400 liters, I guess, of wood, which will then get turned into all of these different things. So what I can do is I can activate these different things, and it's going to create all of these. And it will store them, so then I can take them and turn them into something else. You know, that being carpentry. If I wanted to purchase carpentry, I could do that. See, it's already creating the materials, which is really neat. So now what I need to do is I need to go back and cut more wood, essentially. I also should probably check on my field work because I'm sure it's probably done by now. And I can switch it to the next field. I should have been paying attention to that. So we're going to drive this truck back to the farm. In a rapid fashion. All right, we've arrived back. Let's check our tractors here. So this one is done seeding, I want to say. Yes, it's growing. This one, oh, this one missed a spot here. Let's try to figure that out. Not sure why it would have missed that. Okay. That's done. We can get that off the field and parked somewhere. We won't need it again for a while. So we'll just drop it in one of these sheds. Okay. And now we've got this guy, which is all done. We're going to get him going on the next field, which will be this one up here. All right. And now basically I can get back to what I was doing, which is cutting trees down.
All right, so I can cut those little bushes down. They're a pain in the ass, but... that's fine, I guess. Okay. Okay. Make sure all of these don't have any branches on them. Make a nice, neat little pile. So what I'm going to have to do probably is cut all these trees down, then mow the grass, and then grind the stumps, because I won't be able to find them. All right. That one's neatly cut. I wonder how this one's going to go. How does this work? Oh, what a mess. Okay, I think I figured it out. This is kind of a gnarly tree. Something very odd here. There we go. I was like, why can't I cut that? There we go. Okay. Let's get the truck loaded up. and take another run to the sawmill while we're waiting on our fields. And then I think at that point we'll probably call it a night. Need to get a little bit of rest and relaxation before work tonight. All right. There's that one loaded up. It fits neatly in the trailer. We've got this stack of wood over here. And then those weird ones that we'll load up. All right, we've got a little bit of a problem here. They don't seem to want to fit nicely in the trailer anymore. I'm having to fight with them just to get the fucking things in here. So... we go. I kind of suspected I'd have problems because these logs are all weirdly shaped. Oh, well, that just fucked everything up, didn't it? I want to grab the log, but I grabbed the trailer instead because, you know, why not? Okay. All right. We've got all our logs in there. Off to the sawmill. It's going to take a long time. I'll probably work on a lot of this forestry stuff offline just because it takes up a lot of time. But yeah, by the next time we have a stream, which will hopefully be tomorrow, we will we'll have a little bit of field work to do. Alright, so we have another delivery of logs to our newly purchased sawmill. And we can check up on our production. Yeah, we still have a lot of wood going there. Got a whole bunch of things going. And we also have wood chips being created as well. Now the wood chips can get taken to like a bio plant, which I think is that right there. I don't know where the wood chips get stored, unless they go right over to the bio plant right away. And that's also something I need to look at. Do I have to purchase this? Or what? If I go to productions here. No, it's not the biogas plant. What is it? Biomass heating plant. Interesting. I'm assuming it takes the wood chips, but I don't see any way to access that. So maybe it's just automatic. It's possible. But anyway, I think that's pretty much going to do it for us today. I've got a lot more work to do in the background, but yeah. In the meantime, I think that's all we need to do today. So we're going to just wrap things up. Oh, we're in the middle of an ad break. Damn it. All right. We're in the middle of an ad break. I'm going to run my own ads here for just a second. And then when we come back, we will raid out to probably to Kira, because she's live now. So don't go away. More to come right after these messages.
Kiyoshi Kaido VT, it's a place to be. Coming to ya. Ooh, we got the games for you. We got farming, Fallout, shops, and Minecraft too. We got momentum we will never lose. We're always coming through. Live on Twitch, we're here for you. Kiyoshi Kato VT. We're the stream to see. On Twitch TV, it's the place to be. Come play some games with our community. Kiyoshi Kaito VT, it's the place to be.
Breaking news! Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaito VT joined forces and created a brand new merch store full of the best designs and swag for you and your friends. Come browse the latest and greatest merch that Streamlabs has to offer, from t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats, and more, featuring designs from both Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaito VT. All priced to sell, with most items priced so low, you can't beat it. Come check out the brand new Stormforce Games and Kiyoshi Kaito VT merch store today. All your favorite moments now live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. This is Kiyoshi Kaito VT.
And welcome back from the commercial break, everyone. Good timing. We have exited our get rid of the hat there. We have exited our Twitch ad break. So we thank you very much, Monkey, for the welcome back. We are going to raid out to Kira93. If you're watching on YouTube or Kick, you won't get over there automatically, but she is at Kira, CIARA_93 on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. So we're going to raid out on Twitch, and yeah, what can I say? Hopefully I will be here tomorrow to stream, but no guarantees, because it is looking like it'll be a long night at work. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I can't thank you enough for all the support. Kira, thank you. I know you're streaming right now, but thank you anyway for the 5 gifted subs and the resub. Thank you all so much for the interaction and everything on the stream. The raid will start partway through the credit roll like usual, and we will see you all again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
Kiyoshi Kaito VT, the place to be.